Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show, talking with actor Thomas Sadoski from The Newsroom, Golden Globe nominated. You know, you were talking before about your life and wanting to get the hell out of your hometown as soon as possible. Don't you think with what you want to do in life that helped, even like a kick in the ass? Like, I'm not going to stick around.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to get out of here. So where do you go? Do you go to New York first or LA?
I bounced. No, man. I headed straight to New York.
You went right to New York and you wanted to do theater.
That was it.
Oh, that's great.
That was it. That was all I was really interested in.
For college or after college?
I got removed from college.
You got removed.
That was sort of a joint decision on behalf of myself in partnership with the University of North Texas. We decided that it was probably not advantageous to either one of our positions that I continue to reside in the dorm room that I was staying in or participate in the academic.
I hear you.
So,
I've been a study. Like I've only had one pen pal my entire life, and that was the New Jersey Division of Motor Vehicles. We used to write each other letters all the time. And it ended badly. Well, that's good. So maybe, but were you going to do theater there, or do you think it just would? Maybe it would have gotten your way.
Yeah, I was a radio, television, film major for the semester that I was in school. And
well, how old are you? Young now.
I'm 37.
Oh, okay. Well, God, you look like you're 26.
Thank you. It's
still that's young, and you're going into life and figuring stuff out, and
yeah. I mean, you don't
want to be a homebody at some point, right?
Right. No, I mean, at some point, I think that eventually we're gonna have to settle down. But I don't have any. I mean, it's never really sort of been my speed.
Yeah.
I wanted to come here and I wanted to do theater because I fell in love with it, and then. Frankly, that was all I was really interested in, and if other stuff came my way, then that would be great.
How do you get into that world of theater? Because it fascinates me because people ask me that about stand-up, and to me it's so simple. You go to, there's a million comedy clubs. You wait, if you want to wait online to get a lottery number or go on an open mic, Boschetti will tell you, you wait, you get online. If you do well enough, they ask you back. Maybe a comic likes you and you open for him. But theater to me was always this mystery of how the hell do you crack that?
For me, it was I did a lot of work for free. I did a lot of work.
Got to be willing to do that.
Totally, man. I mean, yeah. I did like workshops and readings and stuff, developing new plays with young playwrights in like church basements and stuff for free because it was sort of what was available.
And there's a lot of that in New York.
There's a lot of that in New York. And the sort of great thing about it was that like I ended up growing up with a whole generation of artists, of playwrights and directors, and we all sort of came up together, and we all, now are sort of entering that time when we're sort of stepping into the beginning, middle part of our career.
Like, how old is Neil LaBute?
That's a good question.
Not that old, right?
No, Neil is, I'd hate to oversell it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Neil's like 39.
I was going to say.
No, he's like, Neil's like in his 40s or something.
Yeah, that's pretty young for the what he's established in theater. That's pretty young.
No, and Neil is, I mean, the word prolific gets thrown around a lot. I mean, Neil is one of those guys that legitimately can't not write.
Right.
Like whenever I feel like whenever he has like a spare moment, he's doing something.
Well, it sounds like he's that in plays, and Sorkin's that TV version, and certainly Woody Allen is like, I haven't seen Blue Jasmine. I just saw Charlie Rose interview Kate Blanchett yesterday, and it was a great interview. But you realize every year he writes another movie.
Yeah,
it's insane.
No, it's nuts. I was like through a strange series of events. I was in this small town in northern Spain, and he did the world premiere of You Will Meet a Tall Dark Stranger in this town of like 50,000 people in northern Spain, and we just happened to be there.
Right.
And we came, and Woody this was like his before the curtain speech. He was like, "Here's my movie. I hope you like it. If you don't worry. I'm writing another one." Good night. And that was it. That was like the entirety of like his.
Those things are probably torture for him.
I'm sure, but it was like all the months of years of work that had gone in on like making this movie for everybody, and like all Woody had to say about it was, "I hope you like it. And if you don't, I got another one coming out." It's great.
Because I've been cast in a few. I co-wrote and produced one that I starred in that got made and actually got into theaters, and I wrote another one that nothing ever happened with it. Right. And I'm 46. I mean, like he writes one a year since 1969.
60 something, yeah.
Right, since 1969.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why you think of a guy like Sorkin. I think you should be, sort of honored you're working with a guy like that.
Oh, I am for sure.
Because does he think it's something Newsroom he wants to do for a long time?
That's a good question.
That's the good thing about that work. How do you keep that work ethic up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a lazy bastard, so I have no idea. I hope he wants to do the Newsroom for a long time. Yeah. It's sort of entirely up to him. And we're all hopeful. but the guy has a lot of stories he wants to tell.
Right.
And he's an incredibly talented writer, and everybody sort of, in the industry wants to hear what he's going to do next. And,
Right.
we'll sort of see.
Go ahead.
No, it's the show itself. I mean, it's exhausting at times trying to keep up with some of the plot points because it is so deeply embroiled in politics and, current events, even though it's, 2011 or whatever.
Well, and the politics not only of, the world, but of working in a newsroom, you know.
Yeah, at many levels. I mean, it is just some deep stuff, and for him to, create that, recreate the current events.
Well, your character's and Olivia Munn's character has a thing. Like, what's going on with that? It's like a.
I sort of can't talk too much about it. You know what I mean? I'll just say that, like.
Well, you were with Maggie.
I was with Alison Pill,
and you knew her from theater,
from Reasons to Be Pretty.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right.
Was there anything ever outside the show back when you were working together where that would?
Oh no, I've been with my wife for 14 years.
What are you trying to do here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Life imitating art. I'm just kidding. Well, it's got to be pretty cool. I mean, even working with Olivia Munn. I know Artie's a big Olivia Munn fan.
As you should be. She's awesome.
I am. Maybe I'm projecting.
I did an episode of Jimmy Fallon. With her. I was on first. I moved down the couch, and she came on, and me and her had like a thing. Which was funny. Well, no, we made out. No, it was like we're goofing back and forth. She seemed like she had a good sense of humor.
Well, yeah, that comes across.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really likable.
Yeah.
On this show.
Yeah,
so
she's fierce, man. She's really, really quick. She's one of the quickest.
Yeah.
I mean, just an amazing sense of humor and so fast.
I found that out I'll be on the couch. You figure you're a comic, is this hot broad. She's going to be easy pickings. But no, it was going back and forth. It was crazy.
No, she's quick.
Well, did you ever have a situation with your wife at a play where you got a heavy makeout scene and she's there at the play?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? I mean, because it's a play. It's there. It's
right.
real.
No, it's actually happening. Like, it's tangible. Like she could punch me if she wanted to.
How does she deal with that?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's sort. I don't really like.
I couldn't deal with it. I'm telling you, I'd like to think I'm above that, but if my wife were an actress and in a thing like that where she's making out with some Channing Tatum in some play.
Oh well, God.
Whatever play Channing Tatum's in, I don't know what that is. I'm saying, next time he plays Stanley Kowalski, I don't know. Like I would be like, well, what am I doing here? This is crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine how uncomfortable it must be. So it's a topic that I generally tend to avoid, just for like the safety of myself and everyone else that I'm working with. But I mean, the great thing about it is that she's like unbelievably supportive of me and has been the only reason I've been able to continue doing this, because I was a theater actor, which means we were broke always.
Is she an actress?
No, she's not.
Okay.
And she hung out and did like the $1 menu dinners for 10 years.
But that's great. So she's the one, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. That's good. Because this business, you're not sure a lot of times.
Yeah.
Listen, man, thanks so much for coming. Thomas Sadoski, you got The Newsroom. It's on Sunday nights, 10 o'clock, right? HBO.
That is correct, yeah.
And check it out. It's really an amazing piece of work. And you got anything else coming up that you want to talk about?
I'm shooting a movie with Leslie Bibb right now. She wanted me to say hi to you.
Leslie Bibb's another one.
Yeah.
I bit her ass in an episode of Entourage.
Yes. Yeah. She said that you were a little bit nervous about it.
She's beautiful, man. Oh,
she is. She's awesome too. She's another one, unbelievably smart and unbelievably.
No, I know.
Fast,
That was the other thing. It's funny you say those two women for really hot chicks, man. Those two in particular, in my memory bank of going back over the years, you meet people. Really, she's another one. Very funny. Leslie.
No, it's awesome.
Really cool.
How I end up with these women is a mystery. But listen, hey.
Tell her I said hello.
I will definitely, man. Thank you.
And all right, what's the name of that? What is that?
It's called Take Care. It'll be out. I don't know when. We're shooting it right now.
Well, congrats on all the work, man. It's paying off for you. You
appreciate
deserve it. All right, and come back whenever you want.
I'd like to.
Thomas Sadoski, you're our link to the theater world. We'll be back with the Artie Lange Show after these words.